Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the World of Wrestling Podcast. Here today to discuss about WWE Saturday Night's main event from May 23rd, 2026 review. My thoughts on this episode of Saturday Night's main event. Well, technically it's just an event. It was whatever, honestly. It was just there, really. I don't understand why that it needed to take place. The purpose of it was none of it. There was like 2 good matches on the card. The rest of it was, whatever. It wasn't even bad. It just was like, it's just here. That's really the whole consensus I got from watching it this morning. So yeah, I didn't have the time to watch it yesterday live. I was busy doing things with my wife and trying to enjoy each other's company, so I postponed this review. The opener of the show was actually the 6-women tag team matchup with Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss against Jade Cargill, Michin, and B-Fab. This was actually a really good matchup. I didn't mind the 6-women tag team match. It was a good opener to the show. It got the crowd really hot. And I think the action overall was pretty good. Jade Cargill did not do terrible in this match. It kind of held her own, which is very rare for me to even say about her and her in-ring work. But she did a fairly decent job, in my opinion. So I didn't really have any gripes about it. I think this was a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Fairly decent competition here. And it could have gone either way based on the way the match went. So good solid match. Jade Cargill's team wins and Jade Cargill ends up beating Rhea Ripley in the middle of the ring. Next we had Soruka and Becky Lynch. This was an absolute flatline of a matchup. This was not good at all. Very short as well. It ended with a DQ with the referee getting pulled into the maneuver of Soruka, which was poorly executed. I didn't particularly think much of this entire matchup. I thought this was shit poor. Wasn't really high into it and ended way too short. It was way too short to me. To me, I'm going to give it a 1.5 out of 5 stars. I don't think that this was the best quality work by either one of these women. I think they can do a hell of a lot better than this. But yeah, not really keen on it. Soruka won by disqualification because of Becky Lynch pulling the referee in the way. And that's how the match ended for that. Next, we had the Intercontinental Championship, which I particularly would have keen for it being the main event of the show. It actually wasn't. Penta and Ethan Page was a really good matchup. Give it a 4 out of 5 stars. Both of these guys gelled very well together. I think this was an outstanding matchup, and Penta may have won, but Ethan Page did not look bad in defeat. I do believe he will get a rematch down the road and end up winning the Intercontinental Championship as he should. Following that, we had the women's tag team title match with Paige and Brie Bella going up against Nia Jax and Lash Legend. This match was boring as hell. The ending was pretty creative. Brie Bella held Paige by the rear end with her foot and gave her some leverage in a roll-up pinfall. But the match overall was not great. It was very stale, honestly. It wasn't even terrible. It just was a very stale, boring match. I'd say it was a 2 out of 5 stars, but nothing really special happened here. And then we had the main event with the World Tag Team titles with the Street Profits and the Vision with Logan Paul and Austin Theory. Matchup itself, it was okay, but again, stale, boring. Nothing really stood out to me as main event quality work here. This felt like mid-card wrestling This does not belong in a main event. In my personal opinion, I think Ethan Page and Penta deserved the main event spot. Or the 6 women tag team match. Both of those matches were good. The other 3 were terrible. Honestly, they just really did not stand out to me or feel like Saturday night main event quality matchups. But yeah, this is a 2.5 out of 5 stars. It was okay. I'm not going to say it was trash, but I am saying it wasn't the greatest main event I've ever seen on a, once in a while show. I've seen Saturday night's main events have better main events than this. And personally, I just don't feel like this was it. I felt this main event was kind of a stale matchup and very predictable as well. I think the Street Profits winning would have really boosted my feelings on the rating, and it would have been a hell of a shocker, which they kind of hinted that was going to happen, but ultimately that changed when Austin Theory's foot was put on the rope by Paul Heyman, and then I knew that the Street Profits were not winning this matchup at all. So, overall, take it whether you like it or not, whatever you want to see it as. I see it as a not really necessary show. The show was not necessary. And I think outside of 2 matches, this show is just flat on its face for most of the entire event. So that's just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. I'll definitely get back to you on that. Thank you guys very much for watching. Have a great night, guys. Bye.